You looked up. That's good.
6 days a week, you'll find Jaleen Roberts training.
Just do two-a march, two-a skip.
An intense regimen keeps this 21-year-old determined and focused.
Someone with cerebral palsy or a neurological impairment, repetition is critical.
Each stride brings her closer to the Paralympic Games this summer.
Some days I am so tired and I just do not want to go to the gym, but I know that I have to because all of it just circles back to Tokyo and my main goal since I joined.
Comes away with the gold medal.
She's probably the highest profile female athlete with cerebral palsy in the country.
And currently ranked #2 in the world for long jump. And not to mention the second longest jumper with her disability in history.
When I watched her compete for the first time, I immediately called the head coach of the national team and said, okay, we got something here.
Her coach, David Gregg, saw the vision even before Jaleen ever could. Now, to understand all of her success, let's go back to where it started.
Growing up, I've played sports my whole life.
The Kent, Washington native played soccer at age 4. Middle and high school brought wrestling, gymnastics, and track, always competing with her able-bodied classmates.
My mom never really let my disability define me. It was never, you can't do it. Oh, like you're a disabled child, you can't do that.
Becoming an elite para-athletic athlete was never her dream. The exact opposite, actually.
It's not something that I was ready to do, and that it highlighted a part of me that I've always wanted people to see as able.
Her high school coaches pushed her over and over again to run in a race against other disabled athletes, but she refused.
That was not normal for me to compete against people like me, even though like it should feel normal.
An emotional leap of faith when she finally jumped out of her comfort zone.
Lots of tears and lots of thinking about it.
It just took one yes to change her life.
It just gives me something to do that I'm really passionate about, and sorry. Yeah, it's honestly saved me in a way because it's helped me to find my purpose, and the athletes that I travel with are just like some of the most amazing people that I wouldn't have gotten a chance to meet if people didn't believe in me and push it. They could have, as soon as I said no, they could have just gave up on me, but there were people that really believed in me in the process.
David never gave up on her, and that's why she moved to Spokane in the summer of 2018 to train full-time together. In just 1 year, she piled up gold, silver, and bronze medals after competing around the world. Jaleen expects her coach to push her hard in athletics, but often things off the track are just as important.
He does dad things, like he taught me how to check my tire pressure. My dad wasn't really around growing up. I've never learned how to do that, and I'm like, wow, that's really something that like a dad would do.
Jaleen says his dad jokes on the regular makes training fun. It's the perfect offset to the pressure of 2020 being a defining year.
It was definitely a process to get in that mindset of, oh, you're training for the Paralympic Games.
It's the first time in history both Olympic and Paralympic athletes will be paid the same amount of money for medals. She says this step is a great way for people to understand the differences between the disabilities tied to the Paralympic Games and Special Olympics.
People don't realize that Paralympics is physical disabilities and Special Olympics is developmental. Well, they're both great. They're not the same.
Your bun's barely even moving up there. It's like a rock.
Ever since I've competed, I've always worn my hair in a bun, like it is now.
Her tagline, "Fear the Bun," instantly took off, especially as a way for fellow athletes to show support and to spot Jaleen as she crosses the finish line.
Jaleen Roberts, a gold medal for the United States of America.
You'll see more of that face.
God has a bigger plan for me than I have for myself.
And that bun.
I'm ready.
In Spokane, I'm Dana Marie McNichol, KREM 2 News.